Don't tell that to Marla Taylor and the Calgary Dinosaurs. The third-year coach boasts a veteran side on the brink of its own shining CIAU moment. But that win must come against the #1 team in the nation as Winnipeg goes for a second straight CIAU crown. We're on the campus of the University of Winnipeg, where the Wesmen are the defending CIAU women's volleyball champions. Today, we're at the Duckworth Center to crown the 1994 titleist as the Winnipeg Wesmen take on the Calgary Dinosaurs here on TSN. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Winnipeg. I'm Gord Miller. Manitoba truly is the home of volleyball in Canada, especially women's volleyball. When you combine the University of Winnipeg and the University of Manitoba, you've got 10 of the last 11 CIAU women's volleyball champions. Calgary and Winnipeg hook up today. Here's a look at how the two teams got to today's final. The semifinals were held yesterday here at the Duckworth Center. First up, Marla Taylor's Calgary Dinosaurs against the University of Montreal. Jennifer Johnson, Calgary's #9, comes up with the kill here. That was a big story in the match yesterday and should be a story again today. Montreal simply unable to get anything going against this team. Johnson was the player of the game, 6 kills, 9 digs in the match, and at match point, Calgary exhibits another key part of its game, and that is its blocking ability, which we'll see today. Calgary comes up with the big block and wins in straight sets 15-5, 15-3, and 15-6 to become the first of the two finalists from yesterday. Then the capacity crowd looked on as familiar rivals met Winnipeg and Manitoba. Doug Reimer's team takes on Kent Bentley's squad for the 12th time this year in the crosstown rivalry. Carrie Chernomaz had a big game for Winnipeg, 18 kills. This is one of them, and Doug Reimer's team had some struggles early on in the match, but Winnipeg gradually took control. Chernomaz again as the Wesmen lost one set here, which surprised some people, but then took control later on in the match, and at match point, guess who? Chernomaz. Again, 18 kills, 2 blocks for Winnipeg, and the Wesmen are into the final and now looking for their second straight championship. Delighted to have back with us our CIAU volleyball analyst and the executive director of Volleyball Canada, Sylvie Bigras. Sylvie, two great teams, the #1 ranked team in Winnipeg, the #2 ranked team in Calgary. Who are the key players for the two clubs?
Well, I'd say the two people to watch today are the setters from each team. We've got Jennifer Johnson, #9 for Calgary. She is a first-team All-Canadian, a very, very strong setter and a very good leader in their offense. For Winnipeg, we have Sandy Musham. She's #2. Very, very good left-handed setter, which is a strong advantage, and she was the player of the year this year for CIAU.
All right, these two teams are both red hot coming into this final match when you consider that Winnipeg has not lost a match since last October, and Calgary didn't lose a match in conference play all year. What are the keys today?
Keys are for Calgary, they are very experienced. They've got 3 fifth-year players. They're a tall team. Average height is 5'10", which makes them very tough at the net. And for Winnipeg, they're consistent. They have not lost, like you've said. They're 40-3 for the year, and they've got one of the quickest offenses in CIAU play this year.
And certainly the home crowd will play a part as well. And in among the home crowd is the third member of our broadcast team, Lisa Bowes. Lisa?
Hi, Gord. Thanks very much. And hello, everybody. You know, the Winnipeg Wesmen, the fact that they're back in this national title for a second straight year is truly remarkable because they lost 3 of their key starters from last year's championship squad. At the beginning of the season, head coach Doug Reimer was just thinking, win GPAC, win the conference. But here they are, having won 28 games in a row, and definitely winning the national title is within their grasp. Now, earlier I spoke to both coaches about what they need from their players if they hope to win this championship.
Well, I think we're going to have to do a lot of things well. I mean, physically, they probably a little bigger than us, a little bit stronger. We're going to have to dig very well. I think we're going to have to serve to put them off balance to try and take some of their options away. And we're going to have to play consistently, which has hopefully been our strength.
Well, I think defensively we're going to have a strong game. I think guard blocking can do a good job on their attack. We're used to that type of offense, the steps, the faster Bs, that type of thing. So I think we can match up pretty well with them.
Marla Taylor and her Dinosaurs have been to the championship semifinals 3 years in a row. Gord, they feel that they are long overdue.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. We're in Winnipeg for the CIAU Volleyball Championship. The Dinosaurs and the Wesmen are coming up next here on TSN.
Imagine your family in the future.
Hi, Daddy.
Michelle, you've grown.
Graduated, Daddy.
Graduated?
With honors.
Smart girl.
Smart parents.
Smart enough to pay for all that?
Freedom 55, Daddy, remember?
Freedom 55. We just got that last month.
Freedom 55. Life insurance protection today, plus a financial plan with freedom of choices for your family's future. Freedom 55. Only from your London Life representative.
Oh, I'm gonna miss playing with Fuzzy Bunny.
Not as much as you're gonna miss your hair, Daddy.
Jam. 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 Jam.
The home of the Golden Boy. Atop the Manitoba Legislature, the Calgary Dinosaurs and the Winnipeg Wesmen for the 1994 CIAU Women's Volleyball Championship here on TSN. Let's set the lineups for you. First of all, for Marla Taylor's University of Calgary Dinosaurs. Marla, a player you once played against, Sylvie.
That's right. She's a former setter from York University and in her third year as head coach with UofC.
And a look at the starters for her University of Calgary Dinosaurs. First of all, Fiona Waters, who was a first-team All-Canadian, 22-year-old management student at the University of Calgary. And joining her on the starting lineup, Tricia Stevenson, a fourth-year education student at the UofC. Candice Greaves is the setter, 5'8", a fifth-year player and one of the many fifth-year players on this team, or is actually listed as a fourth-year student, but is in her final year of eligibility. Jennifer Johnson, she had an outstanding semifinal matchup yesterday. She'll be a player to keep our eyes on this afternoon. Kelly Boyko is a middle player, 22 years old, another fifth-year player for this team. And Tara Algar plays the right side, another fifth-year player for this squad. Doug Reimer's team has plenty of experience. Doug's in his fifth year as the head coach of this team. We mentioned the success this club has. Doug said that it gets easier every year you go to the national championships. Not many coaches have that opportunity to go year after year. His starters, Natalie Reimer, a third-year player, education student, a 21-year-old. Standy Newsham was a first-team All-Canadian and was the player of the year in CIAU Women's Volleyball this year. Carrie Chernamaz, number 3, is playing her final game today. She's only a fourth-year student, but she is retiring after this year. Susie Mahalchuk is a third-year player, and Rayanne Mitchell is the final starter for Doug Reimer's University of Winnipeg Wesmen. In all, there are 5 first or second team All-Canadians in this game, and the coach of the year, Doug Reimer. The referee for today's match is Pierre Farmer from Montreal. The umpire is Peter Henry from Winnipeg, and we're set to get underway in the 1994 championship match.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineups for the visitors on the scoreboard, the University of Calgary Dinosaurs. Number 1, Fiona Waters. Number 5, Tricia Stevenson. Number 8, Candice Greaves. Number 9, Jennifer Johnson. Number 10, Kelly Boyko. And number 14, Tara Algar. The head coach of the Dinosaurs is Marla Taylor. And her assistant is Paul McKeever. And now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard, the University of Winnipeg Wesmen. Starting at power in her third year, 5'8", number 1, Natalie Reimer. At 5'9" in her third year, setter, CIU Player of the Year, number 2, Standy Newsham. At 5'7" in her fourth year, right side player, number 3, Carrie Chernamaz. At 5'9" in her third year at power, number 4, Susie Mahalchuk. At 5'11" in her fourth year, middle blocker, number 8, Tara Patrick. And at 6'2" in her second year, middle blocker, number 13, Rayanne Mitchell. The head coach of Winnipeg is Mr. Doug Reimer. His assistant is Mr. Ken Vince. And the athletic therapist is Mr. Don Mills. Your linesmen for this afternoon's match, Randy Hull, Arch Beck, Rob Lee, and Robin Finley. The alternate is Cheryl Friesen, and the official score is Kelly Lowen. Your second referee is Peter Henry, and at this time I'd like to turn the match over to first referee, Pierre Farmer.
So we're set to get underway. A big day for the University of Winnipeg. Of course, the CIAU Volleyball Championship here now. And following this, there's a big basketball game tonight as the Winnipeg Wesmen women's basketball team goes for its 70th consecutive win tonight. That would be a North American record. Set to get things underway, and the first serve will be served up by the CIAU Women's Volleyball Player of the Year, Sandy Newsham. And there you see Calgary's blocking, and it's Tricia Stevenson who comes up with the first one. Side out to Calgary.
Nice, solid block there by Stevenson. Unfortunately, she follows up with the serve out of bounds.
And we saw this last year that early on, players are so psyched up about playing in the national championship and playing on national TV that sometimes you'll see that early on. Here's the serve by Natalie Reimer. Still no score in the opening game. It's set up for Chernamaz. Dug out nicely by Tara Algar. And Algar sends it over. Back to Chernamaz. And this time Algar is unable to dig it out.
Chernamaz is one of the shortest players on the court, Gord, but she really puts that ball away.
First point to Winnipeg. And the kill attempt by Kelly Boyko goes just out of bounds. Now 2-0 Winnipeg. Fiona Waters on the second try, and this one's good side out to Calgary.
Nice hit down the line there by Fiona, just out of the reach of the middle player.
And now to serve, first team All-Canadian Jennifer Johnson, number 9. And the kill try is long by Tara Patrick.
Looks like Tara was going for the blocker's hands there. Calgary is well known for its high block. Unfortunately, it just went a bit over.
Calgary on the board now trailing 2-1.
Going out. Wait.
Diana Halchuk is successful on the second try. Her first was dug out neatly by Candace Greaves, but side out to Winnipeg, and Tara Patrick to serve. Waters. Chernamaz got up to the block, but it sails out of bounds and side out to Calgary, and Fiona Waters, the other first-team All-Canadian from the Calgary Dinosaurs, to serve.
Rayanne is saying that touched the block, but it clearly went off the top of the net and out of bounds, so Calgary keeps the ball.
Match now tied at 2. Waters with a low, hard serve. Great dig by the Winnipeg Wesmen, and Natalie Reimer saves it for her club, but it goes for naught as the point goes to Calgary. The Dinosaurs take a 3-2 lead.
To dig 13.
Natalie gets really low on that ball. Winnipeg is known for its tough defense. Look for more digs like that.
Fiona Waters' serve goes long, and now Carrie Chernamaz.
She's outside.
Greaves again with the kill off the block and out of bounds, and side out again goes to Calgary with Kelly Boyko to serve.
Some people call that one a Black and Decker play. You tool the block. Look for more of that as well.
Chernamaz sets it up to Mihalchuk. Dug out by Waters. Algar taps it over softly, and Winnipeg does a nice job to save it. But this time it's put away by Tricia Stevenson. a 4-2 lead for Calgary. Halchuk's skill attempt is blocked. Newsham tries it, but Calgary digs that out. And Greaves, who's been lethal at the net for Calgary, puts it away, and the Dinosaurs with a 5-2 lead.
There's Candace's experience showing through. A perfect off-speed hit going right to the middle.
And Winnipeg coach Doug Reimer wants to talk it over as he calls timeout. We'll return to the University of Winnipeg and the CIAU Women's Volleyball Championship in a moment.
They say the Geo Metro has 618 liters of cargo space.
With the rear seats folded down.
So Scott had a brilliant idea of how we could get to know cargo space our own way. Scott?
Okay, if 1 goldfish equals 1 liter of space, well, you do the math.
We should get 618 of our little orange friends in there.
Ever been in a geofishy?
Why do we listen to him?
He's crazy.
Well, better than the llama idea.
Yeah, but still, it didn't look like it was going to happen.
But you know what? We did it.
Was there any doubt?
Hey, you know, could say it seats 618 goldfish.
Comfortably.
Doug Reimer, the coach of the Winnipeg Wesmen, the coach of the year in CIAU Women's Volleyball this year, wanted to talk it over after kind of a rocky start for the defending champions, down 5-2. They struggled yesterday in the opening game of their match against the University of Manitoba.
Yes, what's interesting, Gord, is that they consider themselves an underdog here today. Even though they're ranked #1, they think that Calgary is a very tough team. And they're a little bit nervous probably because of that.
And as Lisa Bowes mentioned, Calgary has made the semifinals 3 years in a row, and the Dinosaurs really feel they're due. Kelly Boyko to serve. And Rayanne Mitchell, the tallest player in this game at 6'2", tips it neatly over the block, but
she's called on the
Calgary
net.
as a net violation is called. 6-2 now, Calgary. Mitchell again, but this time it's dug out. Right at the net, Greaves saves it. Halchuk tips it and out. 7-2 Calgary.
Unusual errors here from Winnipeg, and that's why I think the substitution is being called now. Wants to calm the team down a little bit.
Kelly Lively comes in for Tara Patrick. 6 unanswered points for the Calgary Dinosaurs. The Halchuk's kill attempt is blocked. There's Chernamaz from the other side. That's dug out. Rayanne Mitchell wanted a net violation call against Calgary. No such luck, and Kelly Boyko continues to serve as Kelly Lively is seeing her first action, but she's gone back out, and Tara Patrick checks back in. So we will not see Lively again in this game, as she's not eligible to come back in until the second game at the earliest.
There's the advantage of a left-handed setter. Sandy Newsham was already up to set the ball, and she was able to tip it first time over. Block wasn't ready on the other side.
So with her team trailing 8-2, Susie Michalczyk to serve for Winnipeg. Stevenson pounds that one, and Chernamaz dug it out. Algar into the block and into the court on the Winnipeg side, and side out to the Calgary Dinosaurs.
This is actually an off-speed hit. The hitter took some strength off of the ball. Very, very smart. Nice way to use the block, and it falls right in the middle.
Tara Algar, 50-year player. Pass the set, and Stevenson with the kill, dug out, and Michalczyk gets it over, but out of bounds. Algar to serve again, and it's been a great year for the Algar family in the CIAU. Her brother Kevin was an all-Canadian linebacker for the U of A Golden Bears, and again, Doug Reimer wants to talk it over with his team trailing 9-2. We'll return to the CIAU Women's Volleyball Championship after this.
Hungry. Hey, Mr. Sub.
And it's sorted with everything on it? But you don't just get the sandwich. With the sandwich, you get a bag with an entry form for the Great Canadian Playoff Party Contest. You can win one of 3 Sony-colored TVs and a hockey playoff party catered by Mr. Sub for 20 friends. There's Rock'em Sock'em videos, TSM bomber jackets, and other great prizes to be won. And by the way, we recommend that you eat your sub before you mail in the bag.
At Mr. Sub, fresh thinking is what we are.
Here's the matchups for the men's semifinals taking place in Halifax. Alberta takes on Manitoba at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. And Laval takes on Dalhousie at 8. Dalhousie beat Winnipeg in action yesterday. Hey, we got a celebrity here. That's Dancing Gabe, who performs at Winnipeg Jets games. He hasn't had much to dance about this year, but Dancing Gabe makes a cameo appearance at the CIAU Women's Championship. And Marla Taylor has to like what she's seen so far.
She's done a very good job of preparing her team, you can tell, because they're not doing what they were doing during the tournament. They've added some new stuff to their hitting. The off-speed stuff that you're seeing is not usually Calgary's style of play. They're very hard hitting, usually. So they've caught Winnipeg off guard with that.
Tara Algar to serve, her team up by 7. And a great block again by Tricia Stevenson.
We knew we were going to see some tough blocking here, and certainly Calgary has come true to form.
And Stevenson takes a whack at it at the net. Calgary has dug almost everything out here. Greaves now with the tip, and Candace Greaves has been outstanding at the net for the Dinosaurs.
That's right. That's where 5 years of experience comes in to help you out. The rest of the team is showing his experience as well.
Substitution for Winnipeg, Jennifer Brook, number 11, checks in for number 4, Susie Mahalchuk. 11-2, Calgary leading this first game in the best of 5 CIAU Women's Volleyball Championship. And there's the kind of play you've come to expect from the Winnipeg Wesmen at the net. Rayanne Mitchell puts that one down with authority and now goes to serve, but her team trailing 11-2. And this time Mitchell's kill is off, or Mitchell tries to get that kill, but it goes off her arm and side out to Calgary with Candace Greaves to serve.
I think the Calgary will try to pick on Rayanne Mitchell. She's actually only in her first year of true CIAU play.
And Fiona Waters, who's had plenty of experience at the CIAU level, puts that one away, and now 12-2.
Nice block, directed it right into the corner there and into the hole, scoring for Calgary.
Mitchell checks out now for Calgary, or for Winnipeg rather, on the substitution. 12-2 Calgary, and the crowd here sitting in somewhat stunned silence as it's now 13-2. The cheers you hear are from the Calgary Dinosaur parents who are in attendance. And now Susie Mahalchuk steps in, and checking out for Winnipeg is Jennifer Brook. Natalie Reimer has it stuffed right back as the blocking tandem of Tricia Stevenson and Jennifer Johnson strikes again. And another substitution as Rayanne Mitchell will come in for Brandy Colburn. But it's 14-2, game point for Calgary.
Doug Reimer's really trying to mix things up here. He's trying to take Calgary off their game, and it's not working yet.
Calgary thought it had a winner there.
Nice block recovery by Tanya Mushin.
Fiona Waters, and right into the midsection of Rayanne Mitchell, and the first game goes to Calgary. The Dinosaurs with authority on Winnipeg's home floor, win it 15-2.
Nice hot shot, went right down the line, almost six-pack Rayanne Mitchell.
We'll be back with more from the CIAU Women's Volleyball Championship right after this.
Conventional wisdom says a recycled cottonelle can't be as cottony soft. Well, at Scott Paper, we care about the same things you do, so we put our lab people on it. We got the usual lab humor. And this, a second cottonelle. It's 100% recycled, but unlike any other recycled, it's 100% cottony soft. Recycled cottonelle, the only cottony soft recycled. So much for conventional wisdom.
For all those people who want a roll of bathroom tissue to last longer, there's Purex Jumbo. With 50% more pillowy soft sheets on every roll, it takes forever to run out. Whoa.
Excuse me.
When hunger strikes, wolf down a Snickers, loaded with peanuts, caramel, nougat, and real milk chocolate. Snickers really satisfies. When your stomach growls, wolf one down.
Earlier this week, the London Life All-Canadian Awards were handed out to the top female players in the country, and one of the evening's most prestigious was announced by TSN Vice President of Programming, Rick Brace.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's truly my honor to present the very first TSN Award for the CIAU Women's Volleyball to an individual whose exceptional efforts are evident in every challenge she faces. From the University of Manitoba, Lorianne Sawatsky.
The TSN Award recognizes the Canadian University female volleyball player who best exemplifies academics, athletics, and citizenship. Lorianne Sawatsky has helped Manitoba to 2 CIAU titles since 1991 and is a 2-time All-Canadian. A psychology major, Sawatsky has been on the Dean's List 2 times. She also plays a very active role in her community. Lorianne Sawatsky, the 1994 TSN Award winner for CIAU Women's Volleyball.
And our congratulations to Lorianne and the Manitoba Bisons, who won the bronze medal game a few hours ago. Well, we knew that it'd be a tough match for Winnipeg at home against the Calgary Dinosaurs. 15-2 in the opening game, though.
That is a surprise. I think that Winnipeg's relatively smaller experience than Alberta or Calgary is really showing here today. The coach has done an awesome job at preparing her team.
For sure, we passed better. Here we go.
And it's worth pointing out that last night Winnipeg lost the opening game of its match against Manitoba and still came back and took that semifinal match. So Winnipeg is a veteran team that's used to being in a number of situations. It'll be interesting to see how they react here, though, in game number 2.
I'm sure that Doug Reimer has prepared them very well for this second game.
Candice Greaves to serve. Chernomaz has the skill attempt blocked. Tries it again, blocked again. 3 times lucky? Yes.
There's the consistency that we see with Winnipeg. Didn't get it across the first 2 times, and 3rd time sends it deep into the corner for a kill.
Chernomaz to serve. And unable to get to that ball, and side out right back to Calgary. And Tricia Stevenson to serve.
Jennifer Johnson, the setter, is right-handed, but did that with her left hand. Good athletic ability.
Chernomaz is able to dig this one out. And a great play by Johnson to get that over the net. And Sandy Newsham gets tangled up in the umpire's chair. And the point goes to Calgary, leading 1-0 in the second.
Service in the net there. Calgary is a good serving team. They had 15 aces through the CIU tournament.
Susan Mihalchuk serve. And Fiona Waters just fires that down. Waters right at home in the corner.
And you can see Fiona likes hitting the line. Winnipeg stays a little bit in the middle on defense and has to swing through to get it. She was just a little bit late.
Try it to the other side. Natalie Reimer, and they call that inbounds. Calgary didn't like it. And Rayanne Mitchell to serve. But Mitchell serves it out, and it's a side out to Calgary with Waters to serve. Here's the stats from the first game. Winnipeg with 7 unforced errors, and that's the number that stands out most.
Very unusual for that team.
Four hits against Calgary as that ball actually went off Fiona Waters' foot.
Not allowed to hit the foot yet. They can hit your knee and up, but nothing lower is permitted.
And that's a rule change this year, right? Sandy Newsham with the serve now. Chernomaz. You know, it's interesting. Carrie Chernomaz is so dangerous with the net, but at 5'7", she's not the kind of player you think would be.
Well, she's a good jumper, which helps, and she took a little bit of speed off that ball so that it fell in front of the defender, who was expecting it to be hit harder.
Game 2 tied at 1. Algar has her kill attempt blocked as Natalie Reimer makes the play at the net. Winnipeg leading 2-1. That was the score the Wesmen led by in the first game, but Calgary went on to dominate that one, winning 15-2. Net violation against Calgary. The point goes to Wesmen, now leading 3-1 in game 2. Natalie Reimer goes up with the net to make the block, but it's out of bounds. Side out to Calgary, and back to serve for the Dinosaurs, Kelly Boyko. Reimer gets it over. Johnson puts it up. Algar can't put it away. And a net violation call against Winnipeg, so the point goes to the Dinosaurs, who now trail 3-2. Chernomaz off the top of the net and then off the block. So a side out now to Winnipeg and Natalie Reimer to serve.
I think Carrie deliberately went off the blocker's hands because she hit it very, very well. Went out of bounds.
And a great kill by Tricia Stevenson. And back to serve is Tara Algar, who had a great run at the service line in game number 1. Chernomaz. Great play by Winnipeg to keep that alive.
Very good block recovery there. They were ready for it.
And a net violation call against Calgary.
Candace Greaves was actually called for going over the middle line on that defensive attempt.
Tara Patrick with the serve.
A little miscommunication there. Candace thought that the other player was going to hit that.
And Chernomaz tries the kill, but it's rejected by Candace Greaves, who comes up with a great block.
Chernomaz has got to try and use the hands. This time she did, but unfortunately the block kept it in bounds.
And Candace Greaves to serve.
Candace is the wife of Kent Greaves, who is a setter with Canada's national men's team.
Rayanne Mitchell uses her height to the advantage and gets a side out as Carrie Chernomaz goes back to serve. Chernomaz, the sister of veteran pro hockey player Rich Chernomaz, who's the leading scorer in the American Hockey League these days. Fiona Waters puts it off the arms of Natalie Reimer, side out to the Calgary Dinosaurs.
You'll see Natalie got a hand on that. It's very odd, or it hardly ever happens that the ball hits the ground against Winnipeg. They usually get a hand on it.
Chernomaz with the pass. Rayanne Mitchell goes up and fires that home.
You'll see that play off, and Rayanne does a step around behind the setter, a one-foot takeoff like a basketball layup, and she scored a few times in this match already with that play.
Susan Mihalchuk with her team up 3-2, and that serve is just long. So all-Canadian Jennifer Johnson back to serve. Waters off the block, and again, it's a point to the Calgary Dinosaurs, and game 2 is tied at 3.
You can see that the experience is really showing here with Calgary. They're using the block well, they're digging everything. Fortunately not. A little bit of a serve error there, but they're trying to serve tough.
Algar, great kill in the middle. And again, a player you might not expect that from.
Left-handed hitter as well. A little bit harder to block and not as easy to dig.
The serve from Fiona Waters. Natalie Reimer's kill is well out of bounds. Point to Calgary. Waters' serve is just long.
I think we'll see Winnipeg trying to use the block as they did a little bit in the first set. Calgary's been blocking them well, so they have to be a little bit more creative in what they do on their offense.
Sammy Newsham's serve. Tara Algar puts it off Newsham's arms, out of bounds, and it's a side out now to Calgary with Kelly Boyko back to serve. 4-3 Calgary leading in game 2. The Dinosaurs took the opening game of this best of 5, 15-2. And Carrie Chernamaz puts that one away. Side out to Winnipeg.
That ball hit the line. That's how precise it was. Very hard to dig a ball that hits on the line.
Great play by Winnipeg to keep that going. Now Calgary will set it up again. And again, the Wesmen do a great job. And Mihalchuk with some nice touch at the net ends a great rally.
Super rally, Gord. We'll see a lot more of that, I think. Little off-speed tip there and beautiful recovery by Winnipeg. Unfortunately, they put the serve into the net and give the ball back to Calgary. Big mistake to make. They want to take the momentum and keep it. You can't put the ball in the net.
Algar to serve again. The lefty. Lucian puts it up, and Tara Patrick puts it on. We mentioned that Carrie Chernamaz is the sister of a veteran pro hockey player. So is Tara Patrick. Her brother James is a defenseman for the Hartford Whalers, an ex-New York Ranger. Jennifer Johnson tried to sneak that one past Winnipeg, but the Wesmen were alert to keep it alive. And Natalie Reimer, perhaps too far back, fires it long.
That's really too bad, Gord, because Sammy Newsham had two perfect digs there, and Winnipeg could have put the ball away.
Candace Greaves to serve. Rayanne Mitchell. And you mentioned the step around. She comes in right behind the center and fires it home.
Yeah, 6'2" certainly helps on that. Nice jump too. The 1 foot takeoff helps, and it's right down to the ground. No hand touched that ball.
Chernamaz to serve. Right on the line. It's an ace for Carrie Chernamaz.
I think Carrie has decided to aim for those black lines. There's no doubt about that ball. It's in, almost on the line. Point for Winnipeg.
Looking for it again, and this time Calgary elects to play it. Stevenson has it partially blocked. And Rayanne Mitchell puts it home, and now some momentum for the Wesmen for the first time, and the crowd starts to come to life here at the Duckworth Center, and as it does, Marla Taylor, the head coach of the Calgary Dinosaurs, calls timeout. We'll be right back.
Okay. José Chouinard, 1994 Canadian figure skating champion.
My hair's dried to begin with, and skating makes it worse. I've tried some 2-in-1s, but they just didn't give me enough condition.
Herd Plus brings you a 2-in-1 breakthrough. Extra conditioning for dry, damaged hair. It conditions twice. First, it conditions all over. Then it sends extra conditioning to damaged areas.
So if you have dry hair and want it to be more manageable, try Herd Plus Extra Conditioning. It's breakthrough care for dry, damaged hair.
Calgary trailing 6-4 in game number 2, but the Dinosaurs won the opening game of this best of 5. Let's go to Lisa Bowes.
Well, thank you, Gord. You know, we're in Winnipeg, but it wouldn't sound like it from where I'm sitting. 6 rows up, Section E, and I'm surrounded by Calgary fans. There are 5 sets of parents here, and I'm going to start with Tricia Stevenson's mom, Sharon. What does this mean to your daughter?
Well, it's something they've been working for 4 years, and they just felt this is the year, and they're just really wanting it badly, I think.
Exactly, and it's something that as a parent you've been following her for so long through her volleyball career, and you must be really proud to be here and to watch her in the championship final.
It's wonderful to be here. It's just a real privilege, and I just can't express how great it is.
Thanks very much. Enjoy the game. And Nancy Waters, Fiona's mom. What does it mean to Fiona to be here and playing for the national title?
Oh, Fiona's very happy to be here and doing her best to win, and she's pretty consistent today. So I'm happy for her.
And you guys certainly have been cheering quite a bit here in the first game. I mean, 15-2 in the first game.
Yeah.
You folks have a lot to cheer about here. Can they do it? What do you think, Mom?
Oh, I think they can do it. I'm sure they can do it.
Okay, Gord, there you go. A Calgary perspective here in the stands in Winnipeg.
All right, thanks very much, Lisa. By the way, both Tricia Stevenson and Fiona Waters, academic All-Canadians as well, not just athletic All-Canadians, and that's truly an accomplishment to be proud of. 6-4, Winnipeg leads game number 2. Carrie Chernamaz to serve. Chernamaz always near the line. Stevenson plays it down. Winnipeg digs it out, and Rayanne Mitchell tries to put it away, but Calgary keeps it alive. Fiona Waters, and to the delight of her mom, Fiona Waters fires it home, and Tricia Stevenson will serve.
Nice shot on the angle there by Fiona, right between the two defense.
Mahalchuk. Take out by Stevenson, and Algar finds the hole.
That was a back row hit, Gord. She was 10 feet behind the net. Very hard shot to make. If you look, she's behind the net there, or behind 10 feet. Actually playing quite far away from the net. Good shot.
Great dig there by Calgary. Mahalchuk punches it back over, and Calgary sets it up. And a great play is made by Kelly Boyko.
Carrie Chernamaz has got a hand on that. Ball doesn't hit the ground very often in front of her. Unfortunately, it wasn't high enough.
And that serve by Tricia Stevenson sails out of bounds, and Susie Mahalchuk to serve for Winnipeg, with the Wesmen and Calgary tied at 6 in this second game. Fiona Waters, and again off the hand of the attempted block by Rayanne Mitchell, and out of bounds. It's a side out to Calgary, and Jennifer Johnson to serve.
Calgary's doing a very good job at reading Winnipeg's defense. A lot of their hits are going right between two defenders.
Johnson sets it up for Fiona Waters. And again, the tandem of Rayanne Mitchell and Sandy Newsharam are unable to block that. Point to Calgary. Dinosaurs lead 7-6, and Doug Reimer calls timeout for the Wesmen, who trail 7-6 in game number 2.
McCain has tasty pizza snack. They call them pizza pockets. McCain pizza pockets. The great pizza taste to keep you coming back. McCain pizza pockets. Pizza perfection in a crust that's baked, not fried. So there's no leaks, no mess. Just taste, all taste and nothing but McCain pizza pockets. No leaks, no mess. Just pizza perfection.
Give something up to try and get outside to stop one. So my point is here, just keep it in front more, wait on it, wait a little bit longer, up, and even if we get a little stronger touch, okay? But the point about jumping back inside, serving's tough, but you know what we got to do better, which is one of the key things that we've done well all year? Back to attack in scrambling situations. We're not hitting. We're hitting just down ball, right? More patience on a couple of these balls.
Extend the timeout.
Okay. Back to the point again, one more time. When, like, we've touched first ball, second ball, we got to get a good swing so that we can hit off hands. Because if we're just hitting down ball in those situations, right, they're going to be too tough coming back. See, they're in a good position right now in terms of mixing things up. So we're going to get beat on some balls, I know that. But that's why I'm saying to Sandy, you can jump back inside. Make sure.
Gord, you can hear Doug Reimer talking about how he needs more hitting, more offense, getting the points quicker. That big part of that offense is Carrie Chernamaz, number 3. Right now she is playing with a second-degree sprain in her right ankle, something she suffered in November and is still giving her a lot of problems. Last night in the semifinals, she had a lot of difficulty with it. They iced it, quite significantly after that game, and it is not 100%, so that might be affecting Winnipeg's offense with Chernamaz trying to play through a sprained ankle.
Longer, Peter.
All right, thank you, Lisa. That really affects her leaping ability, Sylvie, which is a key part of her game.
That's right. When you're 5'7", You've got to try and jump as much as you can. She is trying to use the block a lot, but Calgary's playing a very intelligent game, sometimes pulling their hands down, letting the ball sail out of bounds.
I think one of the key points that Doug Reimer made, too, was that his team has been unable to get anything going after a save or on a scramble, and that's what we saw last night against Manitoba. Manitoba was an excellent team on the serve, too, but they were able to get back to the attack right away.
Yeah, I think they're playing a little bit safe, Gord. He's asked them to hit the ball when they save it. Probably be a bit more aggressive.
And Kelly Boyko very aggressive at the net there with the point to Calgary, and now an 8-6 lead. And you get the sense that this is one of those points where the entire match may turn. And now a substitution made as Sandy Michalczyk steps out and Jennifer Brook comes in for Doug Reimer's team.
You notice Doug is making a lot of substitutions for Winnipeg. He's trying to throw Calgary off their game. And I guess it worked because the serve went out of bounds and goes back to Winnipeg.
Imagine Jennifer Brooks, though, nerves. She's in her first year playing in the national championship. Johnson puts it up, and Waters puts it away, side out, and Waters to serve for the Dinosaurs.
Looking at Waters' hit from the net's point of view, Carrie Chernema's got a hand on it, but it was hit hard and scored.
Brook puts it up. Reeves keeps it alive, and Johnson puts it over to Algar, who taps it off the block, out of bounds, point to Calgary.
That's a beautiful play. The ball was set really tight to the net. The hitter couldn't do a thing with it. The only thing she could do was try and wipe it out of bounds on the blocker's hands. Perfect play.
9-6 Calgary. And a key play is made by Natalie Reimer. She gets her team the serve back, and that's critical at this juncture of the game.
Sandy Newsham serving now. Very, very good athlete. She's actually an international fastball player as well as a good volleyball player.
And Newsham puts it up here for Natalie Reimer. Off hands. Johnson keeps it alive, and Waters puts it over. Newsham sets it up for Chernema's.
You see, Carrie went off the block there. Almost every hit she'll get this game. Watch for her hitting off the blocker's fingers. Went out of bounds. Perfect play once again.
And now 9-7 the score. Algar with the tap, but blocked neatly is the tandem at the line of Natalie Reimer and Tara Patrick.
Exactly the same play as before, Gord. She tried to wipe off the block, but it was very solid and the ball stayed in bounds.
9-8.
Short serve. It's the second short serve in a row.
Blocked by Winnipeg, dug out by Calgary. Again, partially blocked by Winnipeg. Now Reimer tries it. And Stevenson unable to save it.
You see, Calgary's defense plays more of a 6-back, where the back row players in the middle, so hits down the lines will score.
Substitution for Calgary. It's first Jennifer Gerlach goes in for Fiona Waters.
Marla Taylor sees Winnipeg getting a little bit of breath back here, so she's trying to throw them off balance and tries a substitution.
Johnson. Over the net is the call. Point to Winnipeg, and the Wesmen go back in front 10-9 here in game number 2.
Yes, Johnson's a back row player right now, which means she can't contact the ball over the net.
And Boyko with the kill. So it's back to serve now for Calgary, trailing 10-9.
Kelly, 6-foot middle blocker going back to serve.
You mentioned that Rayanne Mitchell sometimes has difficulty fielding serve. She checks out of the game, and coming in now for Winnipeg is number 10, Brandy Colburn. But we should see Mitchell back in a few moments when it's time to...
That's right. Brandy is a defensive specialist. She comes in and plays back row, usually for Rayanne, who's 6'2".
Chernomaz with the save. We'll try to get this over. And it's a point to Calgary as Chernomaz puts it out of bounds. There's a look at Brandy Colburn. Second-year player. That serve sails out of bounds by Kelly Boyko. Side out to Winnipeg now, and Natalie Reimer to serve.
Both teams are serving very tough today, and you'll see a few errors because they're trying to score.
That serve might have been long. Stevenson. Now Chernomaz tries it and has it blocked right back into her head. And Tara Algar will serve.
Fantastic block. Both players together, tight, solid. Carey hits very hard, so it comes back quite quickly.
10-10 in game number 2. Sarah Patrick puts it over. Algar sets it up.
Out there.
Candace Greaves couldn't put it away. Brooke will try it now for Winnipeg, but Calgary digs it out. Chernomaz now for Brooke. Oh, what a save! Greaves saved it, and now Winnipeg will check it up again. Chernomaz, they save it again.
Fantastic rally. Good defense on both sides.
And Chernomaz has that kill attempt blocked. Great digs on both sides.
Big rally, Gord. The score tied 10 apiece. Nice tough block here. Takes the ball away, and Calgary goes back to serve. That was a big, big rally. I'd say it's probably the rally of the game when you're tied at this stage of the game.
And we'll have substitutions again for Winnipeg, as coming in is Susie Mihalchuk, and checking out is Jennifer Brooke.
Doug Reimer once again trying to throw Calgary off their game. Uses his substitutions quite freely. Break their momentum up.
11-10, Calgary leading in game number 2. The Dinosaurs won the opening game 15-2 in this best of 5. Mihalchuk has the attempt blocked. Try it again. Taps to the middle of the floor. And Greaves now. Mihalchuk punches it over. Great block by Calgary, saved by Winnipeg. Stevenson. Great running slide by Brandy Colburn to save that one. You mentioned she's a great defensive player. She played some good D there, but this time Natalie Reimer is unable to save it. And a hard-fought point goes to Calgary, now leading 12-10.
And that's a second consecutive hard-fought rally that Calgary wins. Could be a very big key to this game.
Doug Reimer wants to talk it over as he calls timeout.
What a great get here. Unfortunately, a little bit too far. And they had to give them a free ball, which Calgary puts away.
Calgary now leading 12-10 in game number 2. We'll return in a moment.
Over 300,000 Canadians have already switched to Unitel for long-distance savings. How much did you save last month?
I saved $43.94.
All it took was one phone call, and last month alone I saved $129.
$36.49.
To get in on your share of the savings, all you have to do is call 1-800-578-1313.
My old bills were about $160. Last month, $108.34.
I saved $15.35 last month.
I saved $24.80.
If you don't have an answer to our question, ask yourself this one. You can continue paying what you're paying, or you can pick up the phone, call Unitel, and find out how to save up to 45%. Earn 1 free month of long distance and get your first call free. Just call 1-800-578-1313. The free call offer ends March 31st, so call today.
TSN rocks around the clock with curling coverage from Red Deer as the Labatt Brier gets underway Sunday, March 6th at 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. What a great field for this year's tournament. And no Dancing Gabe will not be at the Brier, but I imagine he'll be at the Winnipeg Arena tomorrow afternoon when the Jets take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. And there's plenty of pessimism in Jets land these days, but plenty of optimism on the campus of the University of Winnipeg. Maybe not this moment as the Wesmen trail this game 2, 12-10, and Mihalchuk puts that one into the net. 13-10, now Calgary leading game number 2.
Calgary's done a really good job at reading Winnipeg's offense. They're picking up everything, hard hits, off-speed hits, and tips. Throwing Winnipeg off a little bit, and they're making hitting errors.
Sarah Patrick has the kill attempt blocked. Sails out of bounds, side out, and Sarah Patrick back to serve. Rayanne Mitchell checks back in, and she'll go right to the front row for the Winnipeg Wesmen.
Yeah, we need that 6'2" block for sure.
Stevenson's kill attempt was dug out. Greaves puts it in. Off the block and out of bounds.
That's a textbook play by Candace Greaves. You can tell she's in her 5th year and very experienced. Just put it right out of bounds on the blocker's hands. Nothing they can do about it at all.
And Greaves has really been a star for Calgary today. Great digs, good work at the net.
Marla Taylor calls her the team mom. She's so solid.
Rayanne Mitchell, as we mentioned, goes right to the net, puts that one away, side out, and Carrie Chernomaz to serve. And Marla Taylor warned her team that Chernomaz would be hitting the ball hard in this game as she tried to rally her team back, and they're on the lookout for it here. Johnson puts it up for Fiona Waters back in the game. Chernomaz wants to get this over the net, which she does. Now they send it to Waters. Dug out neatly by Winnipeg. Reeves saves that kill attempt by Mihalchuk. Now Algar off the arm of Carrie Chernomaz.
That's another back row hit, Gord. She has to go behind the 10-foot line. The timing is crucial. It was perfect. Hit it right deep into the corner.
We got our first look at Carrie Westgard, who checks into the game, taking the place of Tricia Stevenson.
Carrie's 20 years old, 5'10", which is actually tall for somebody to go into the back row, but good on defense.
And she'll serve right away, and perhaps some nerves, and she'll go right back out as Tricia Stevenson comes back in. So they were looking for a big serve from Carrie Westgard, but didn't get it. Mihalchuk to serve for Winnipeg. On the line.
Or just off.
And they rule it out of bounds. Oof.
That's a hard one to read, Gord. From our vantage, it looked like it was in, but the linespersons all called it out.
Jennifer Johnson serving. Her team leading 13-10. Rayanne Mitchell has the kill attempt blocked.
Wait.
Natalie Reimer, that too is blocked, and Reimer sends it over. Now Johnson will set it up for Algar. Nifty little off-speed tap by Algar.
Algar's having a great game. Beautiful back row hit just a little while ago. Now she's in the front row and hits it perfectly off speed right into the hole.
Game point, and the All-Canadian Jennifer Johnson serving. But Rayanne Mitchell has something to say about that as she fires that home, and she'll go right back to serve.
There's that step around that works very well for Rayanne.
Her team down 14-10 in game number 2. Mitchell saved that one. Johnson, great dig to get that. Now Mitchell. Lucian puts it up. Reeves saves it. Can Johnson get it over? Yes. The ball hangs on the top of the net. Algar. Point to Calgary. And now Fiona Waters can serve for game number 2. What a rally.
That's the third consecutive marathon we've seen in this set that Calgary wins.
Waters with that hard serve close to the line. Tara Patrick couldn't put it away. It hits the top of the net, out of bounds, and Winnipeg stays alive again, trailing 14-10 with Sandy Newsham back to serve.
Sandy's also a pitcher, left-handed pitcher, Canada's fastball team.
Serves up a little off speed there, and Algar will try to put it away. Off the block, Winnipeg can't save it, and Algar will go to the service line as Calgary has its third game point. Check that, it's Kelly Boyko at the service line. Algar will be up next if Calgary needs it. But it will not be required as the block is put away by the Dinosaurs, and game number 2 is theirs, 15-10. And the defending national champions and the #1 ranked team in the country now down 2-0 in the best-of-5 CIAU Women's Volleyball Championship.
He took 1 stolen car.
Hang on!
2 wrong turns. And a beautiful hostage. Charlie Sheen, Christy Swanson, The Chase.
This could actually work.
Now playing at theaters everywhere.
The only thing that counts around here is Christmas and dog sled racing.
It's a dog race dog world in Minden, Ontario at the 10th annual Technical Challenge Sled Dog Race. Hit the trail Saturday on Real TV, TSN.
Stay tuned at the conclusion of today's match for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Interstate Batteries. We check them before you buy them for fresh power guaranteed.
Oh, please, just help me this once. Oh.
Next time, get a dependable Interstate battery. We check them before you buy them for fresh power guaranteed.
Calgary wins game 2, 15-10, takes a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 championship match. Lisa Bose is checking in with a very interested observer. Lisa?
Thank you very much, Gord. And I'm here with the national team coach, Mike Burchuk. Mike, what do you think of the caliber we're seeing here this afternoon?
Well, I think overall it's very high. I think especially the play at the net, the hitting and blocking by both of these teams is very good, and I think probably higher than the last couple of years.
And as far as Winnipeg is concerned, here they are down 2-0. What do they have to do?
Well, I think I'm not sure if Winnipeg was expecting Calgary to come out this fast, but I think Winnipeg has done a lot of winning in the last 2 years, and I think they're a bit down now, but I wouldn't call them out of this match quite yet.
Okay, and certainly Calgary is due. Here they've been in the semifinals the last 3 years. They seem to, before this game, look very relaxed, loose, pumped up. Winnipeg, on the other hand, very nervous, very tentative looking.
Well, I've coached here about 8 or 9 years ago in a national final, and playing and coaching in a national final in your home gym, I think can do that to you. I think you probably at times try a little bit too hard. So, but I think that in the next part of the match, I'm expecting that Winnipeg will settle down and play better.
All right, thanks, Mike, for your time and your analysis. Gord?
All right, thanks very much. Sylvie, what do you think?
Well, the experience is showing here, Gord. There's no doubt about it. Calgary is a tough team to beat. All of the teams who have played them this year have tried to throw them off their game by tough serving and by very creative hitting, but they're so solid that they're staying tough, and it's just not working.
We talked about Winnipeg's 28-match winning streak. You know, you look at winning streaks in the CIAU and how difficult it is to win a championship. We mentioned that tonight the Winnipeg Wesmen basketball team will try to win its 70th game in a row to break the record set by the Calgary Dinosaurs, who won 69 in a row. But they lost their 70th game, which was the national championship game. What a horrible feeling it must be. Imagine if Winnipeg was to lose this match today, to win 28 consecutive matches, not lose since October, and not win the national championship.
Tough for any team to do, but that's the sport of volleyball.
Serve to Tim. Their poorest passer to date is Kelly Boyko. Okay? Well, guys, you got nothing to lose, but just take it to him. Take it to him, play each point, play tough. Breaks, chips fall the way they may, but you work together as a group. You're going to help yourselves if you cover. You're going to help yourselves if you call in or out. All right? Point at a time.
He didn't say take it one game at a time, but that's the only one he left out.
That's right. They've got to do it this game. I think he's trying to take the nervousness away because they are a little bit, they are tight, they're younger. And I think they have a heavier load on their shoulders. They were ranked #1 all year, but they've only played Calgary once, and they lost to them at the beginning of the year. So they're the underdog.
So Calgary comes out leading 2-0. And we'll see what the strategy does for the Winnipeg Wesmen. You heard them say that they'll serve to number 10, Kelly Boyko, that she's their poorest passer. Now, when I played volleyball a little bit, it was called a bump, but we don't use that term anymore.
That's right. It's a pass today. That was a long time ago, Gord.
Thanks. Give me a pass. Sarah Patrick to serve. Fiona Waters right away puts it off the arm of Carrie Chernamaz.
Fiona's got a very fast arm speed. It's a type of hit that you can't really anticipate. You just got to hope that the ball comes to you.
Rayanne Mitchell was unable to get to that kill attempt.
But the ball fell inbounds. That's a break for Winnipeg.
Huge break. Chernamaz to serve. Mention this will be her final day of CIAU women's volleyball. She'll graduate this spring and leave behind an impressive record as one of this country's top female volleyball players. Great tip by Boyko, and now Winnipeg tries to set it up. Mahalchuk had the attempt blocked. Waters from the other side. Chernamaz with the save. And Mahalchuk again, but Stevenson digs it out. And finally, Winnipeg unable to get that as Fiona Waters goes a little off speed.
You'll notice that Calgary not only blocks very well, but that they cover their block as well. The balls that go inside their block, they can recover. They have defense people standing behind them, ready to get the ball just off the tip of their hands, and it's working.
Rayanne Mitchell couldn't put it away.
There's an example of that good block cover. They got that ball very nicely. Another one right there.
Algar. Great tip, but it's saved by Reimer. Now Mahalchuk. Off the block, Johnson saves it. Waters. Blocked well by Sandy Newsham. And Michalczyk finally off the block as Johnson can't get to it. And it's a point to Winnipeg, and Michalczyk will serve.
I think she wanted to hit that ball. Her arm swing was going very fast. At the last minute, she took it off and went off speed, and they scored. That's a good play.
And Rayanne Mitchell goes up against Kelly Boyko, and
Kelly hits it into the net.
yeah, Boyko unable to get it over. Two of the tallest players on the floor. Yona Waters. No chance for anyone to get to that.
There's that fast arm swing again.
And about a 6-step run at it. And Waters back to the service line. In the last 13 years, only 2 teams outside the province of Manitoba have won the Women's Volleyball Championship. Victoria 4 years ago and Dalhousie 13 years ago.
This is a hotbed for the sport. Spectators and the media love it here in Winnipeg.
And Algar puts it away. 1-1, the score in game number 3.
You know, it's hard to find any weaknesses in Calgary's play today. They're playing just a beautiful game. Off-speed hits, hard hits, good defense.
Greaves. And again, she continues her great play at the net as Waters goes back to serve. Her team up 2-1.
Greaves is another one who's not tall. She's 5'8", so she has to have a fast arm swing, and does so. Gets that ball in the hole.
Set up for Reimer, but she was too far away to.
And that's a free ball. You want to give those to Calgary. They'll score on them like they did just now.
And they said Kelly Boyko was a poor passer, but if that's the case, she's making up for it with her play at the net. We've got substitutions again for Winnipeg. Checking out is Susie Michalczyk, and coming in is Jennifer Brook, the first-year player. Newsham changed her mind at the last moment. And Greaves tried to kill, but couldn't get it over the block.
Both setters are playing very, very well. Sammy Newsham did a spectacular dig on Newsham's tip there, or on Jonathan's tip, and just couldn't get it.
Buckle puts it up for Greaves. Rayanne Mitchell gets that in the back row. Reimer off the arm of Johnson and out of bounds. Point to Winnipeg, trailing 3-2.
And once again, Gord, you saw that Calgary got a hand on that ball. It's not hitting the ground. They're hard to beat.
Greaves came in late and couldn't get that over the net. Game now tied at 3. Look at the serve reception percentage, but again, the unforced error is a major difference. 69 in that second game.
Again, experience certainly shows.
Kelly Boyko back to serve. Her team leading 3-2. In game number 3 of this best-of-5, Calgary took the first 2 games. Algar tips it over the net. Set it up for Reimer. Fires it to the back row. Johnson sets it up for Greaves into the net.
That's a very unusual error for Candice Greaves hitting into the net. She is very experienced and usually tries to use the hands or hit the hole.
And the Mary Lyon Award winner is the outstanding player in women's volleyball this year. Sandy Newsham serves it up. Stevenson could have put it away. She'll try it again. This time tips it over the block. Termaz sets it up for Reimer, who fires it long. And back to serve is Tara Algar.
The thing to watch here with Calgary is when they're hitting. Watch when they're hitting. They have people sitting behind the hitter, just waiting for the block to come down, and then they just pop it up beautifully.
Here, wait.
Termaz has that blocked and into the back row. Point to Calgary, up 4-2.
Nice block there by Jennifer Johnson. That's where a taller setter certainly has an advantage. She's 5'8", which isn't tall for a hitter, but definitely on the strong side for a setter.
Reimer right down the middle and out of bounds. Side out to a point rather to Calgary, and Algar again to serve. 5-3. And again, a substitution by Doug Reimer is checking in as Aaron Moroz, another first-year player. Checking out is Natalie Reimer. 2 first-year players now on the line for Doug Reimer's team. Number 9, Aaron Moroz, and number 11, Jennifer Brook.
Again, Doug trying to throw them off their game by stopping and hoping to gain the momentum.
Floating serve by Algar was played by Mitchell. Patrick tried to put it away, but it was saved by the back row. And that still attempt goes long. It's a side out to Winnipeg, down 5-3 here in game number 3.
That's Tara Algar's first mistake on back row hitting. All of her other back row hits have been right in.
And Aaron Moreau to serve right away. Stevenson, great cross-court winner.
What a nice hit. That was in front of the attack line, so shorter than 10 feet from the net, right cross-court.
And right away, Reimer goes in place of Moreau's. Got the serve across, but her team wasn't able to do anything with it. Now Greaves. What a great game she's had. Brooke. Boyko with the save, but couldn't do much with it as Brooke fired that one down. And you look at young Jennifer Brooke in her first year. What a player she'll be for Winnipeg.
She played in the Canada Games team for Manitoba, and they won a bronze medal. So she has got international or national experience anyway.
And we talked about how good Winnipeg and Manitoba have been in volleyball. It's important to mention that all but 2 of the players in this Winnipeg roster are Manitoba natives.
That's right. They're homegrown. And all of Calgary's are from Alberta. Got some good homegrown teams here.
Waters tips it in. They thought she might have gone over the net, but our referee, Pierre Farmer, says no, and Stevenson back to serve. Her team up 5-4.
Many players would have given up on that ball. It was right on the antenna, and she was up there and just put it over the net.
Chernomaz just moved her arm back at the last moment, tipped it up, and she'll go back to the service line.
Using the block on that last hit and sending it towards the umpire, nothing you can do about that.
Johnson tried to set it up, but ball a little too close to the net, and Jennifer Brooke fired it right back. Timeout, sorry. Yes. Called by Calgary, and we'll return with more from the University of Winnipeg in just a moment.
Lowe's Film was brought to you by Shimano, makers of the world's finest bicycle components.
You can find Shimano STX Special Edition components on these bikes.
TSN's coverage of CIAU volleyball continues tomorrow with the men's championship from Halifax, Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. That's 2 o'clock Atlantic and 10 o'clock in the Pacific.
To help us and not watch another place. It's job to come back. Middle, back row. Only when 14's back row can we tip short over the block from 4. Okay, so if you look up, you see her deeper, you might be able to tip short over the block. I really think we got to do a better job when we're hitting against 2 blockers of our power hitter, just getting the set into position off their setter, off their right side player. Remember the first few points of the game. What we're doing is hitting it just straight by the block. Boom, thank you very much, and it's coming back, right? Change the pace by hitting hands there a little bit more. Keep jump setting. They're going with a step now, like Fiona's staying with the step a little bit more. Just choose, it's okay to hit some balls. I wouldn't dump too much middle here. She's charging a fair bit. I'd go with hit or I'd set. Blockers, hands up early, because the key reminder here is that we've got to go from set, it's quick, you know, whatever, find the hitter a little bit sooner. See, that's what's hurting us on some of the balls that are coming so tight, because we're still all over the ball. That's why we're not getting the right kind of press or pulling our hands down.
Well, Fiona Waters has played a major role in this match so far. She'll be 12 kills today so far.
You can tell why she was selected a first-team All-Canadian this year. She also played in Florida at the University of South Florida last year. Didn't like it, decided to come back to Canada and try the game here.
And another lethal power hitter, Terry Chernomaz to serve. Tied at 5 in game number 3. You get the sense that if Winnipeg could win game number 3 and get the crowd behind it, they might have an opportunity to battle back here. That kill attempt by Waters goes out of bounds, and now Winnipeg takes the lead 6-5.
Actually, the momentum after losing the first 2 games usually goes to the team that's down in the 3rd set.
sets it up for Brooke. And Jennifer Brooke fires it long, side out to Calgary, and back to serve is Jennifer Johnson.
She was looking for Kelly Boyko's hands on that one. You can tell it was deliberate, but just a little bit over the block.
Rayanne Mitchell does a nice job to get that over the net. Algar's kill attempt is stumped, and Brooke couldn't quite get enough on that as she was a little far behind the ball, and it's into the net. And a point to Calgary.
She was a little bit early on her jump there, and because of that timing miss, missed it into the net.
Rayanne Mitchell climbs the ladder, fires it home, and gets her team the serve back with Brooke to go back to the line.
Rayanne's been scoring a lot on that reverse step around. I think they should be using it a little bit more. It's very effective.
Waters into the block.
Big block!
Ushel trying to fire it over. Waters again with the block, and 4 hits by Winnipeg, and Waters goes back to serve. Tied at 6 here in game number 3. And the serve just ticked the net, so Rayanne Mitchell will serve for Winnipeg. Sets it up, and Algar tries to fire it home, but Winnipeg unable again to handle that, and it's 4 hits. Point to Calgary.
Winnipeg never gives up, though. You see, they go for every single ball. That's a sign of a winning team.
Here, ready?
Reimer off the block. Waters will try to set it up. Algar puts it over.
Big hit now, big hit, Wesmen.
Into the big hit here. Patrick couldn't quite put it away. Nice dig by Fiona Waters.
Free ball.
Back row to Mitchell. Reimer from the other side. Again, Calgary digs it out. Winnipeg keeps getting the free balls, but unable to do anything with it.
And Calgary stays tough and wins a rally. Fiona Waters got a beautiful overhand dig. We call that a beach dig. She just stuck both hands in front of her face, and it went up beautifully right to the center.
Let's go, let's go.
7-6 Calgary leading.
That's it. Big boom.
And a great kill there by Natalie Reimer. They've been setting that up all day, and Reimer puts it away. Reimer, a second team All-Canadian. Bounce it up to Tricia Stevenson back in the front row, off Rayanne Mitchell, and they're looking for Mitchell in the backcourt.
That's right. You always go for the big kids in the back row. Usually they're a little bit slower. And in this case, it works.
7-6 Calgary leading, and Tara Algar serving.
Back row.
Good block by Greaves. Chernomaz off the hands of Boyko. That would have been out of bounds, but
I think Boyko read a touch on the block there. It looked very close and decided to go for it.
Natalie Reimer to serve. Down 7-6. Stevenson, great dig by Reimer. Stevenson again. Time off the top of the net.
Controversial call there. Calgary hit the ball close to the net, and the crowd thinks it didn't go over.
Put it away, put it away.
Referee said it touched Winnipeg's hands, and it was good, but the crowd didn't agree.
Chernomaz puts it away, so it becomes something of a moot point as Winnipeg ties it up at 7. Very knowledgeable volleyball crowds here in Winnipeg, and naturally so, I guess, with 10 of the last 11 women's national championships calling the city home.
Also, lots of international volleyball coming to Winnipeg with the national team being housed here.
Nusha over to Algar. Johnson sets it up for Stevenson, and Stevenson fires it home.
Mentioning international volleyball, Gord, the Canada Cup is coming here next month, and that's a 14 international tournament.
The Canadian national team eyeing a run of qualifying for Atlanta. Boyko puts that out of bounds, and Tara Patrick goes back to serve.
This is a terrific set, tied at 7 apiece. Both teams making great plays.
Waters looking for kill number 13.
Nice save there by Sandy Newsham. She was back row, so she had to stay on this side to save that ball.
But this time they're able to put it away as Tricia Stevenson makes the play and goes back to serve, still tied at 7. And that sails long, almost hit the end line in basketball.
I think Calgary's confident, though. You can tell when they're serving that tough. They're not afraid to put some speed behind the ball.
Tournament.
Nice play there, off the blocker's hands and out of bounds. We're seeing a lot of hits going off the blocker's hands. These teams are hitting very, very intelligently.
Jennifer Johnson to serve. Turnamage's kill goes just long.
That's a hard one. She was trying to hit a back row attack, but she didn't get much of an approach. Very hard one to hit.
Brooke gets it back to play, and Rayanne Mitchell puts it over. Johnson up for Algar. And a net violation against Calgary.
Peter Henry, umpire, has called Calgary on the net on that one, and he's going over to talk to the referee. Let's look at it again.
Sorry, I had her first.
Setter sets.
Double net, double net.
The referee says that Calgary definitely was on the net. It's hard to see. And he's overruled the umpire, and he's saying, I saw it. Goes to Winnipeg.
Jennifer Brooke to serve. Boyko finds the hole in the backcourt and fires it home with Waters now back to serve. Her team up 8-7. 13-1. Reeves blocked. Calgary saves it. Reeves will try it again. Blocked again and saved again. Reeves a third time. And this time Winnipeg saves it. Chernomaz gets it over and deep. Algar blocked out of bounds, and it's the point to Calgary, now up 9-7.
Nice hit right off of the middle blocker's hands, going out of bounds. Nothing the defense can do with that one. Let's take another look at it from another angle. Right off of the right hand of the middle blockers, going towards the umpire. There's no one there to pick it up.
Calgary's up 9-7 in set number 3. We'll return to Winnipeg right after this.
So we got our hands on the Geo Metro, and we thought we'd go out and get to know fuel economy. Like,
hey, watch this.
Like, how far can you go on 20 bucks?
So Brad pumped the gas.
And we reset the thing.
And we were off.
We wanted to see if we could make it all the way to the Big Apple without adding any more gas.
I've never been to the Big Apple before.
Oh, you're gonna love it. There's so much stuff to do there.
That coming from the guy who could find this much stuff to do in the back seat.
And before you knew it, we were there.
Quarter tank left, 540 kilometers.
Wow, look at that.
They don't call it the Big Apple for nothing.
The defending national champions are on the ropes, down 2-0 in this best-of-5 championship. Let's go to Lisa Boat.
Thank you, Gord. An interesting note for you as Doug Reimer discusses the situation with his squad. They have only been down 2 games to none twice this year, both times to Montreal, once in Halifax, once in Toronto. So this is a situation that the Winnipeg Wesmen are not that familiar with.
And they know if they don't win this set, the season's over. It's as simple as that. 3 first-team All-Canadians taking part in this game. Sandy Newsham of Winnipeg, Fiona Waters, and Jennifer Johnson of Calgary rounding out the All-Canadian squad. Lorianne Sawatsky won the TSN award, as we mentioned earlier in the show. Vicky Gallagher from York and Carmen Plant from Montreal. So Waters to serve.
All right, let's go now. Let's go.
Rayanne, a little bit nervous in that hit, tried to tip over, and it Didn't go. Just went off the top of the tape you can see there and stayed on its side. It's this side.
Calgary up 10-7 now. 5 points away from a title. And the block by Calgary. But it sails out of bounds, and it's a side out to Winnipeg. Rayanne Mitchell to serve. Algar off the hands of the blockers. Reimer sets it back up and almost saved by Candace Greaves, but not quite.
I think the key to that play was Rayanne Mitchell's perfect pass to the set, and they were able to put it away.
Set it up for Greaves. Boy, did she put some mustard on that one.
Perfect dig by Carrie Trinamars. But Winnipeg is called on the net, and they lose the ball, lose that perfect dig, and it goes back to Calgary.
Kelly Boyko to serve, up 10-8. Tara Patrick on the hands of the blockers, and it's a side out now to Winnipeg with Sandy Newsham back to serve.
Nice job, Wesmen. Let's go now. Let's get the points.
But the player of the year puts it in the net.
Well, before the match, Doug Reimer was saying that they'd have to have some monster serves to win against Calgary, and I think they're going for ace serves and making a few more mistakes because of that.
Tara Algar. Misplayed by Natalie Reimer. Point to Calgary, now 11-8.
You can tell Winnipeg's not used to being in this situation. Their faces are a little bit serious. They look down. They're a little bit unsure of themselves, and Calgary is really putting it to them.
And that time, Rayanne Mitchell can't handle it. Now 12-8.
They know who to serve to. Rayanne's only first year, inexperienced, and she's nervous at this point, so she'll make more mistakes.
And she checks out. Brandy Colburn comes in.
Brandy's a back row specialist. She's used to being in this position, and hopefully she'll have a perfect pass for her team.
Tara Algar serves it up. Team's up 12-8. Turnament. And she fires that one down, as she's done so many times before. Gets her team to serve back with Natalie Reimer back at the line.
Yes, we say Candace Greaves is the team mom for Calgary. I'd say Carrie Turnament is certainly a team mom for Winnipeg.
Great serve by Reimer. But an even better kill by Tricia Stevenson to get the serve right back for Calgary. And now Candace Greaves is back to serve.
Let's look at Stevenson's kill. Perfect timing. Scores.
Turnament comes right back.
You see Carrie hit that from the right side. She usually hits from the left side. She's very effective in all positions.
Rayanne Mitchell comes back in, taking the place of Brandy Colburn, and Mitchell goes right to the front row. Stevenson off the hands of Natalie Reimer.
Gord, I haven't seen Calgary make any mistakes in this game. They are tough, and they're 3 points away from a national championship.
Michelle Johnson comes into the game now for Calgary. Takes the place of Tricia Stevenson.
Michelle's an unusual substitute. She's a fourth-year player, so she's great. She's got lots of experience.
Team's up 12-8. The kill is long, and it's a point now to Calgary. 13-8, 2 points away from a title.
Brooke looked at the referee after that hit, was calling for a touch on the hands. That's what she was going for, but didn't get the call.
And Susie Mihalchuk checks back in, and as she does, timeout is called by Winnipeg with the Wesmen leading 13-8. And let's listen now to the Calgary huddle and Coach Marla Taylor.
Hitting, so we're back to original game plan, all right? So cross court on the hitters, we said cross court, all right? 8, okay? Back here, right side, all right?
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so think back to original defense, all right? Solid block, take cross court away. They're going to go with what they're most comfortable with right now, all right?
Let's go.
Okay? All right? Defense, lots of time, guys. Lots of time. Got a minute and a half.
Good job, guys.
Good job, guys.
Good job. Keep serving, Mitchie.
Hey, keep hitting right through to the end, all right? Keep hitting right through to the end, all right? We don't want to start tipping, expect some other junk out of them, maybe, okay? All right? Get on their big hitters, all right? We've stuffed the big hitters, okay? Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Together.
Here we go. 1 point now. 1 point now. Here we go. 1, 2.
Dinos!
Well, Tricia Stevenson having a great afternoon. She's got 12 kills. Her teammate Fiona Waters has 13. So it's 13-8 Calgary. Up 2 sets to none. 2 points away from the championship.
Marla Taylor has done a phenomenal job preparing her team for this championship. She used to coach at the University of Alberta and then went to UofC for 3 years.
Johnson unable to contain that kill attempt, and Carrie Chernamaz goes back to serve. Tara Algar leads Calgary with 14 kills in this match. So Stevenson checks right back in, and Michelle Johnson goes out.
See Marla Taylor trying to take the momentum away. They only got 1 play there, but she says, I want to stop them right now, and does a substitution.
Chernamaz a long serve.
And it works. It's her carry off her serve.
Jennifer Johnson. Hard low serve. Halchuk blocked. Winnipeg saves it. Halchuk again. Long, was it touched? Yes.
No doubt about that one. She ran right back to the serving line. She says, I know that went off the hands. I'm going to serve this ball.
Set it up for Waters, and that was touched too, but there wasn't much you could do to alter the flight of that ball. Waters back to serve. She's been dynamite from here as well.
And she listened to her coach in the timeout. Marla said, go back to the cross-court hit, and that was a beautiful cross-court right there.
But this time, Rayanne Mitchell steps up. And now Mitchell will go back to serve as Winnipeg fights for its life. Reeves, off a hand.
Up there.
Lambert. Saved by Calgary. Greaves again. Again off a hand. Algar. And they'll call a net violation against Calgary. Point to Winnipeg down 13-9. And now the crowd trying to get Winnipeg back into this match. Reeves, blocked. Algar will try to keep it in play. This has got a long way to go. Stevenson through the speakers, through the rafters. That's out of bounds.
She knew she had to hit that ball hard and did. Unfortunately, it hit the ceiling.
It's a point to Winnipeg down 13-10, and Calgary calls time out. And let's listen to Winnipeg coach Doug Reimer.
Now for sure, that's their second timeout. My favorite swing for them so far was the roll shot from 14, right? So let's see if they tighten up a bit. But we got to make good plays for them to do that, right? Like don't let them off the hook here. So they went 14 the last 2 times. Kel, who they got? You got a sec. It'll take a while. 10 and
5. They go a lot.
Yeah, it's good.
And a lot to
pretty evenly split. Okay. Yeah, earlier we had to cheat to Fiona, but it doesn't happen again for another few points. Don't stop defensively. Everybody do your job so that we get touches off the block. If it's tight, when the balls are tight, we've got to see that and surround it, okay? Made the last couple little mistakes. Let's do it. Talk on pass. Okay. Good game to win. Here we go. Up.
Well, be with us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific. CHL Hockey, the Niagara Falls Thunder featuring Jason Bonsignor and the Guelph Storm. We'll have Jeff O'Neill in the lineup, 2 of the top prospects for the upcoming NHL draft square off tomorrow night from Guelph, and hey, I'll be there for that. But I don't think he'll be. 13-10 Calgary leading. Patrick into the net, 4 hits, and side out now to Calgary with Kelly Boyko to serve.
Kelly trained in Japan for a year with Candice Greaves, and you can tell that the defensive experience there helped her out.
Here's Greaves now. Mitchell can't get to it. Off the hand, out of bounds, 14-10. Championship point now for Calgary. Boyko to serve. Reimer. And it'll have to wait at least a while.
Natalie Reimer says, I don't care what point it is, I'm hitting this ball. Nice cross court inside the attack line.
14-10, Newsham to serve. Algar. Net violation. Points to Winnipeg, 14-11.
This has been a very clean game. We haven't seen that many net violations, only a few.
Stevenson. Out of bounds. Net violation, Winnipeg. Algar will serve on the second championship point for Calgary. Reeves did a nice job to save that.
I think she saved herself first.
Johnson sets it up. Reeves. Halchuk saved it. Miscommunication in the Calgary backcourt. Side out Wesmen down 14-11. Look out.
A little bit more room to breathe.
Chance to put the champions away. Missed. 2 championship points. Stevenson. Chernomaz saved that.
Nice one-hand dig there by Chernomaz.
This time Chernomaz puts it into the net. And the third championship point. We'll see what Candice Greaves can do.
Candice has played professional ball as well, but she was in Belgium.
Greaves serves it cross court. Chernomaz off the touch, and Winnipeg lives to fight another day.
He went right off of Fiona Waters' hands. Let's look at her left hand, Fiona Waters' left hand. The ball will go right off into the crowd.
Tara Patrick serves. Waters blocked. They save it. Waters again. Blocked again, and this time they can't save it. 14-12.
2 blocks in the row there by Winnipeg. Something they'll have to do a bit more often if they want to stay alive in this game.
Substitution now for Calgary. Coming in is Michelle Hendrick, and stepping out is Tara Algar.
Marla Taylor trying to take the momentum away from Winnipeg.
Patrick serves it up. Waters off the touch. Double hit call against Winnipeg. And so back to serve it up is Tricia Stevenson.
And Tara Algar comes back into the game. You can tell Marla Taylor just wanted a quick substitution there to try and stop the momentum on Winnipeg's side.
4th championship point. Good job by Brooke. Waters tried to put that away, then saved it. Johnson will try to put it away, and does! Dinosaurs rule! The Calgary Dinosaurs have won the 1994 CIAU Women's Volleyball Championship.
That's a happy-looking team. They were ranked 2nd all year, but they believe they were first, and they proved it today with a 3-0 win against defending champions Winnipeg.
3rd time to the national semifinal level, and they finally come away with the title. The Calgary Dinosaurs, a veteran team, will go home with a championship.
Experience counts, and it worked here today.
So Tricia Stevenson served it out and played a major role in the team's victory, and Marla Taylor can go home to Calgary with a national championship.
Marla never won a national championship as a player. She won a number of Ontario championships, but I'm sure that this national title as a coach means a lot to her today.
So the Winnipeg Wesmen lose for the first time since last October, but it's a loss that costs them the national championship. The Calgary Dinosaurs win the title. We're back with more after this.
This is a commercial for men. It's about men living longer, looking younger, feeling stronger. It's about Men's Health, the only magazine devoted to what men are concerned about most. Every issue has easy ways to eat smarter, exercise better, boost energy levels, and look and feel great. Learn how to flatten your stomach without dieting and sit-ups, how to reduce the signs of aging. Discover aphrodisiacs that rev up your sex life and reviews of the latest sports equipment. And now get 101 Men's Health secrets free when you call for your trial subscription to Men's Health. Find the secret to losing 10 pounds fast, to cutting your cholesterol 30 points in 30 days, to longer-lasting sex. For your free book and 10 issues of Men's Health for $29.97, call this toll-free number. You can cancel any time for a full refund and still keep the book. Try Men's Health today. It's about you, your health, your looks, your relationships. Isn't it about time?
Super crisps, super spirals. McCain, what have you done to my fries?
We've spiced them up.
All right.
We've crisped them up. Brilliant. We've even curled them up.
Excellent.
McCain has taken its famous super fries, dipped them in light batter, and surrounded them with bite after bite of crispy, crunchy, super spicy satisfaction, straight ahead or curled around. Super crisps and super spirals from McCain. You'll love what we've done to your fries.
Time now for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Calgary took the first 2 sets in this game, and then watch the dig in the back by Kelly Boyko, who keeps the ball alive for Calgary, as she did much of the afternoon. They set it up for Fiona Waters. Several great rallies in this game, and Winnipeg unable to keep it going, and that's the match for the Calgary Dinosaurs. A cash donation will be made to the Coaching Association of Canada for the training and development of Canadian coaches in amateur sport on behalf of TSN and Interstate Batteries. We check them before you buy them for fresh power guaranteed. Interstate Batteries. The championship presentation is coming up next. We'll return to Winnipeg right after this.